The central role of RISEAP is to bring the Muslim minorities together in the Southeast Asia and the Pacific region. And there is the basic objective. And also at the same time to encourage these Muslim minorities living as minorities in non-Muslim countries we are encouraging these people to identify themselves as Muslims of that country. That they are free to practice their faith the way the Sharia tells us. There is no compromise there. The RISEAP has always been advocating that, but at the same time RISEAP has been advocating with the member associations to go back to your association, to go back to your membership, and you tell these people to treat their country as their country, not like some other country. So there should be Muslims of New Zealand, not Muslims in New Zealand.
The Minister of Ethnic Affairs, Pansy Wong, was the chief guest of honour at the opening ceremony.
President, I know you have a long way to travel back, so we have this little precious gift, but it will remind you of the very form Maori traditional welcome that when you in Malaysia, I hope you wear it to Pomo, New Zealand in Sarawak.
The Minister, in her address to the General Assembly, referred to the strengthening economic, trade and educational relations between Malaysia and New Zealand, and appraised the audience of the enormous contribution that the New Zealand Muslim community, under the strong leadership of Fians, has made to the growth and development of the New Zealand society, its economy and culture. The Muslim community, she said, while maintaining its religious identity, has peacefully settled and adapted itself to the ethos of the New Zealand society.
It makes sense for New Zealand, with our high international reputation for quality meat and dairy products, to expand our halal sector to greater cater for the demand of Muslim. And that is something that is being achieved by Fians, who has worked hard to promote New Zealand halal products and who also have set up the accreditation processes to ensure our export meet the halal standard called for by Muslim consumer.
The President of RISEAP, Pehin Sri Dr. Haj Abdul Taib Mahimud, who was also the Chief Minister of Sarawak, Malaysia, in his keynote address stressed the importance of democracy to the healthy development of any community and noted that the Muslims in Australia and New Zealand are fortunate to live in a democratic environment in which they can preserve their identity while playing a positive and productive role in the mainstream affairs of their respective adoptive societies. He also applauded the governments of Australia and New Zealand for choosing the path of dialogue with the Muslims of the two countries, rather than the confrontational and conflictive approach opted by some other Western countries.
The world today is always in a flux, in a change. One thing that we did not anticipate 30 years ago was we have the biggest incident that has ever happened in the history of the world, that of a new wave of globalization.
He also observed the increasing participation of Muslim women in community activities and urged that their participation must be enhanced even further. He stressed the importance of setting up a national charity fund, Baitumal, within the member countries so that Muslim welfare can be financially supported within the region. He thanked the New Zealand government for being proactive in working with the New Zealand Muslim community. He also congratulated Fians for the enormous achievements it has made over the past 30 years. And prayed for its continuing success in the future.
We will recognize our differences. We will find and formulate what are the best way to address issues that we face in a different communities and where we live. And most of us here, as you know, we are the minority living in the mainstream of majority non-Muslim. But nonetheless, as we have spoken many times, we were able to be respected, we were able to become role models, we were able to be in the mainstream of any society where we reside. Alhamdulillah.
we have been requesting to have this General Assembly or a meeting of Executive Committee here in New Zealand for the last 8 to 10 years. And it is now we have been given this privilege, so I would like to take this opportunity to thank them. New Zealand is a multiracial and multi-religious society. Being critically aware of the crippling effect of the communal tensions around the world, New Zealand has placed utmost importance on promotion and maintenance of racial and religious harmony within its fold. New Zealand has in recent years adopted a pragmatic attitude and taken practical approach towards building a cohesive and vibrant nation. To foster cooperation and better relationship between Muslims and non-Muslims in the region, and coordinate efforts towards creating a peaceful coexistence of the communities in the region. A very noble cause and very, very foresight in the time, given that this was set about 20 to 30 years ago. The peace and social harmony that we enjoy today is a conscious effort of the government and the NGOs in these countries together. The core principles of multiracialism, tolerance, and equal opportunities to all have been shining beacon for our country, and may that long continue. We should not be resting on this, but we should be working harder at it to preserve it and enhance it. So we'd like to take this opportunity to thank those who have paved the way and those who are working on it. I think we collectively need to really carry on that good work which we have now firmly entrenched in here. The aspect of unity in diversity, the New Zealand government believes that diversity makes our society a richer one. As a minority group community, it is connected, and it is not just simply looking at inwardly, it's also looking at outwardly. And there are a number of programs which, if you go through our national report, you will pick up issues like Islam awareness, mosque open days, interfaith dialogues, and an involvement in lots of peace initiatives which are taking place, and helping others regardless of whatever the faith they belong to or the culture they belong to. So it is a truly moving towards true integration within the community, and it's not no more a question of whether we are a migrant or first generation. We are saying that we are New Zealanders, and we are part of, and we're proud of it.
The AGM, after 2 days of deliberations, decided, among other things, to establish a National Disaster Relief Fund in order to be prepared to face the frequent natural calamities that are occurring in the region. The General Assembly of RISEAP was well coordinated, and by all accounts it was a marked success. The aims and objectives have been achieved. The annual General Assembly thanked the Government of Malaysia for its continued support of RISEAP and wished that the support would be sustained in the future. It also thanked the New Zealand Government and FIANZ for facilitating the Assembly to take place in this beautiful country. Most delegates attending the General Assembly were first-time visitors to New Zealand, and FIANZ took the opportunity to show them warm Kiwi hospitality and the vibrant multi-ethnic culture of New Zealand. The delegates really enjoyed their stay in New Zealand very much.